Hi everybody, wishing you all very well. As part of my ongoing series on how to address issues with computer and smartphone posture, today I'm going to be focusing on opening the chest and the shoulders. I've already focused on the forward head component, and I'm just going to keep on working my way down the body until we get to the feet. And so how I want to explain what's happening when the shoulders are forward is talking about opposing muscles. And so the first muscle that I want to address is the pec minor. The pec major is a major muscle that goes across the chest, and the pec minor is a smaller muscle underneath that we use a lot when we're at the computer. And you can find it by going along your collarbone, and about 3/4 of the way you'll feel a little protuberance, some muscles attached there. And if you go down a couple of inches and slightly in towards the breastbone, you'll feel a tender spot. And that's the trigger point of the pec minor. And it's usually tight in all of us from doing so much forward activity. When your pec minor is really shortened, it causes the shoulders to elevate, roll forward and in. So it really closes us up. And so how we fix that is by doing the opposite. We roll the shoulders up, around, and back. Okay, it's not enough just to bring the shoulders back or down. We want to roll the shoulders up around the rib cage and then slide the shoulder blades down. And so that's really our first exercise. As you breathe in, roll the shoulders up and back. And as you exhale, they're going down. And let's just do a few here. Inhale as the shoulders go forward and up. And exhale as they go back and down. And just continue with good full breath, because we're dealing with the chest. Adding breath really intensifies everything that we're doing, and just keep everything else really stable. So the head is floating on top, the rest of the spine is staying still. And just one more time. And this is something that I hope you can do throughout the day. Just take little breaks to remind your shoulders that they have the possibility of moving. Okay, and so that's addressing the pec minor to get it to open. And then the opposing muscle that works with the opposite actions is the lower trapezius. And so with the trapezius, we have three parts. We have the upper traps, which are often very tight. I'll address that in a future post. We have the middle traps across the shoulder blades, and then the lower trapezius, which is usually quite weak and long. And its job is to pull the shoulder blades down and together. And so even right away, when we roll the shoulders up, around, and pull them down, we're already starting to engage that lower trapezius, which is really great. And so do that throughout the day, but we're going to take it even further and do a few exercises using the wall in order to address this imbalance. Okay, so come against the wall. Your feet don't need to be right against, but you want to have your hips and your rib cage against the wall. Your head may or may not be, as I talked about in the forward head posture, so just let it be natural with a string pulling out through the top of the head. Start up with the arms in a low V, palms facing forward so the thumbs are up. And then just breathing here, try to recreate that posture that I just talked about. The shoulders rolling up, back, and down. And just staying here, keeping your ribs against the wall if possible. So you're not pushing the ribs away, but there's just a gentle pressure of the back of the hands against the wall. And then just breathing, and the natural breath will create the stretch. And then we're going to bring the arms out to the T position and just hold here. So the backs of the hands are against the wall, but the rest of the arms, the elbows are not touching. Breathing here with the shoulders down and trying to keep the space between your shoulder blades touching the wall. Then we bring the arms up to the high V. Okay, this might need to have bent elbows just to keep your shoulders down. That's fine. So backs of the palms are touching, gentle pressure, feeling the back of the ribs still on the wall and the head just natural. Okay, and then relax and let that go. So that's starting the rebalancing process. And we're going to take it further and go into a deeper stretch of the pec minor. So we'll start off facing sideways. And so I'm going to have my right hand against the wall low. So have the right foot forward, and it can be straight or bent, whatever you like. Palm against the wall, so that automatically rolls the shoulder back and down. And then just staying here and breathing. Again, the breath is creating the stretch. And just checking into your posture that you want to have that feeling of the string pulling up through the crown of your head, the shoulders down, and that feeling of the ribs staying in contact with the imaginary wall, that you're not pushing the ribs forward. Then we'll bring the arms out to the T position. Now this is a little harder. You might need to move away from the wall, but you could also do this with a bent elbow. So either is fine. And then just breathing here, again, rolling the shoulder up, around, and down. Feeling a string pull up the crown of your head. Feel the abdominals gently drawn in to support the rest of the spine. And then bringing the arm up into the high V position and just holding here. Again, feeling the shoulder rolled back and down, the head floating on top, the ribs and the belly staying drawn in. And then let that relax. And then we'll go to the other side. Now with all the stretches, you want to keep it gentle enough that it doesn't feel like it's bothering the shoulder. You may get slight tingling in your arm, but you want to keep it very mild. If it feels like it's a lot, then you're too close to the wall. Okay, so left foot forward, left arm back, staying here, growing tall, palm against the wall that rolls your shoulder back and down, and breathing here. Okay, and just feeling weight in your tailbone, ribs and belly drawn in, and just checking into it that you have a really aligned posture. And then if you can, bringing the arm out to the side, to the T position. Again, the arm can be straight or bent. And breathing here, again, you want to feel that there's a gentle stretch happening across the chest. As I say, you might feel slight sensation through the arm. If it's a lot, then come away from the wall. And then bringing it up into the high V position, holding here with the shoulder rolled back and down, breathing into the chest. And you might feel the muscles tight in one position more than the other. Spend more time in that position if you can, but again, be really gentle. Okay, we're gonna let that relax. Okay, so that's stretching the pec minor, and then we're gonna strengthen the lower traps. We need to do both in order to create permanent changes with our posture. So coming away from the wall, now I'm gonna sit down in an imaginary chair and work my thighs. And you can do that, or you can also sit into your chair at work and just hinge your body forward with a straight spine, keeping your abdominals pulled in. So we're gonna start off with the arms forward, thumbs up, and then pull the arms back to the low V position and just hold and take 5 breaths here. And we want to recreate the feelings that we just had against the wall. Shoulders are rolled back. The shoulder blades are slightly squeezing together and down. And you're holding that, keeping the belly drawn in, keeping the head in alignment, and relax. And then going out to the T position, holding here. Shoulders are rolled back, shoulder blades are squeezing gently together and down. Feeling the abdominals and the belly pulled in, and relax. And then up into the high V position and holding here. And feeling the shoulder blades pull together and down. Elbows can have a slight bend if you need. Reaching long through the crown of your head, and relax. And then over time, you can repeat that sequence, low, T, and high V, holding each position for about 5 breaths, and you might do 3 sets of that. And then if that feels comfortable, then you can add resistance. So you can hold on to hand weights, cans of soup, resistance band wrapped around your feet. And all of that really helpful to be able to rebalance some of the things that can happen when we're spending too much time at our computer, at our smartphones, or just in general stressed and tense. So I hope that feels really helpful and useful, and have a wonderful day. Thanks very much. Take good care.